Good agent morning, cadet. No, that's not right. Good morning, cadet. Yield agent. That's not right either.
I think what you're trying to say is good morning, kid cadets. We're coming to you live from the LNC headquarters. Does that help?
That does sound a bit better. Yeah, that is perfect. I'm doing one of my first big invention presentations, and I'm actually very, very, very nervous.
Oh, really? What is your invention?
Well, I've actually got a whole line of them ready. They're godly gadgets, and they'll help all our cadets in training and in the field in a mission to know Jesus. But through past history of mine, they may not be very good.
Well, that sounds so incredible. I've been part of the agency for a while now, but deep undercover. So deep that you can't even see me sometimes. So you may not have seen me around. I've heard of how amazing your inventions are from the other agents. You shouldn't be worried, though. You're here now, and it's going to be amazing. In fact, here's a file to help you.
Wow. Where's she gone? Terrifying. Well, she's given me a file on Timothy, a.k.a. Agent T. The file says that Agent T was a trainee of the Apostle Paul, who you may remember persecuted Christians until he had a life-changing meeting with Jesus on the road to Damascus. After that, Paul traveled around the whole world telling people about Jesus. He must have been tired. And one of the people he met was Timothy. Timothy was saved when he was really young, like about yay big, and quickly became one of the leaders in the church of Lystra. That must have been terrifying. Imagine all those people who knew so much more than him, and yet there he was. However, when Paul met Timothy, he knew that God had given him some amazing gifts. Timothy knew the Bible really well, had a sparkling reputation both in and outside of the church, and several of the church elders had prophesied big things over his life. It didn't matter to Paul how young Timothy was, or that there were loads of people who had been Christians longer, who were older, or who had been in the church longer. Paul knew that the most important thing was that Timothy loved Jesus, acted with honesty, and followed Jesus' teaching in everything he did. Other people may have looked at Timothy and said, he's crazy. He's way too young for this. But as we learn from the story of David, God doesn't look at the outside. He looks at the heart. Paul also told Timothy, let no one despise you for your youth, but set the believers an example in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, in purity, and that he should fight the good fight of faith. Timothy was young, and he might have been nervous, but Paul knew that Timothy had faith in Jesus. He would make a big difference for the kingdom. So what can we learn from Timothy? There's no such thing as an agent who is too young or doesn't know enough. Because Timothy was faithful, God used him to teach people who were much older than him. You may think that since you're just a child, I've lost my place, bear with me, that things you do are too small to matter, but that's not true at all. God sees it, and God can use it to show anyone and everyone, old and young, about his love. And secondly, remember to fight the good fight of faith. What does it mean to fight the good fight? It means to be kind to everyone, even when we really don't want to be. It means that God comes first, no matter what tries to get in the way. Paul told Timothy it was hard, but that it would be 100% worth it in the end. Now that is amazing, agents. Agent N was right. This file really did help me feel more confident. If I'm following Jesus, then it doesn't matter if I'm newer agents of yield or not. There are so many things that I can do, big and small, to help God's kingdom grow. Now, I gotta go, kid cadets, But I have one last task for you. Your activity today is to create a scroll and draw, paint, write, sparkle, do whatever you really fancy to it. Fight the good fight of faith. And remember that if you keep faith in Jesus, you too are capable of anything.